Look who it is. We're tuning in together.
Thank you for being with us. Feel home already because we will have some of the most transparent conversations.
Hey, we know that deep conversations are not always comfortable, but guess what? We have come across a safe place where we will be 100% open.
We will touch every angle of that unique thought, question, and untold story that can automatically impact the season and journey you are walking. Remember, we are not doing life alone. Now it is time to step aside to be who you are and say what you feel.
Make sure to stop by every week. This is Engel's podcast with
Santi
Santi
and
and Steph.
Welcome, Angles Podcast. We are here today. Thank you for being with us. I am here with
Santiago Gomez.
and Steph
Steph
Gomez.
Gomez. All right.
Steph Gomez. Doesn't that sound insane?
I'm still processing it.
Me too.
I don't, I'm very happy,
I'm
they
so
changed your
happy
name. Actually, not a lot of people, well, some people don't change their last name.
Yeah, I know, but I
Right?
decided to.
And I love that.
Because I love you so much and we're one family.
It just happened so fast, right? And I know.
Show yours.
Yeah, mine is right here. We're matching.
We're matching.
Yeah. It happened on almost 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
To be honest, it got out of control because we weren't in a position to open up about what we were doing.
Mhm.
Not because we were trying to make it a secret or because we didn't want people to know, but really we didn't want people to know
It was the best day of our lives. That's it.
because we wanted to actually have a big wedding, and
Which we are still.
but we didn't want it to announce it like that, and so but it
Mhm.
got out of control. Can you tell us why?
Yes. So it all started off. Well, first of all, more than anything, I want to say I'm the happiest girl ever. I'm
Yes.
so happy that I'm married to the love of my life. And I didn't know
Awesome.
it was going to be this quick. I mean, we knew it was going to be this year, right?
Yep.
And we knew it was going to be the civil wedding first. Very simple.
Yeah.
And then the rest. But when
Yes.
we'll share the story right now. But this is how it started off. We got engaged, as you guys saw. And then we wanted to get married, right? Soon, obviously. And I told Santi, I call you Amor. So I said, Amor, when do you want to get
Yeah.
married? He's like, oh, well, whenever you get an appointment. Soon later, we got an appointment the same week. And we just said, okay, whatever, let's do
Let's
it.
do it. Yeah.
He said, this week, it's fine. I said, oh, they have an appointment this week. Okay, then let's do it.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Yeah. And then we got married.
And we got married.
So
Yeah.
first, it was so quick. I even told my dad
Mhm.
like
The night
the
before.
night before.
Yeah.
They already knew that it was going to happen. They just
Yeah.
didn't expect it to be that soon.
Not soon.
But a few of our friends know that
Mhm.
ever since we got back from Colombia, actually you were the one not pushing. That's not the word. No. I'm talking about another completely different thing.
Uh-huh.
You were the one dreaming about to get a home, like to purchase a
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
So you're the one actually pushing me to dream bigger
Yeah.
and to actually believe that it was actually happened.
Yeah.
In my early 20s, I just I thought that that was going to be probably when I hit 30 or
30.
something. But you actually pushed me to believe that it was actually possible in just a short period of time. And
Yeah.
we started dreaming of it. We knew that if we eventually were going to be looking into buying a property,
Mhm.
both for the both of us, we knew that we wanted to follow the right steps in order for us to move in together. So
Yeah.
you
So you kind of, I think when we spoke about getting married, you were okay with renting for a little bit, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I never wanted to. I feel like after seeing so many people rent
Uh-huh.
and just I don't want to say throw away money
Mhm.
because that's not in most cases not the case. But
Mhm.
but man, like rent just disappears. All that money that you put in rent, it just disappears. So I
Yeah.
I always thought of maybe we can just we can put the same amount that we
Everyone,
would be paying
yeah. Everyone
And
has different perspectives. Some
right,
people rent because they have a business, so they're investing in a business.
right.
But in our case, we wanted to invest in a home,
I
right?
always, I always thought, why wouldn't we just use that the same money that we will be paying for an apartment or for a
For a
studio,
home, right? Yeah.
you know, to be
Yeah.
part of the mortgage?
Yeah.
So
So Santi and I wanted to get married in 2021. That was already like, we
yeah,
had already spoke
hmm,
about it in 2020 or
yeah,
2019. Just kidding.
yeah.
But we had already spoke about it that we wanted to get married 2021. So when he said, let's, no, not that he said, we actually decided,
Hmm.
well, like he said, I pushed him. I said, okay, like I think we want to get married, but if we do get married, I would love to like just go into our home, like as soon as
Right,
I would love to get married, and then after our wedding, go into our new home.
right.
That's what we wanted,
And we
right?
both know, we both know the property wasn't like the reason, but because I was gonna marry you anyway.
Yeah, you wanted to
you
give.
know.
Yeah,
But that made me like, it was just amazing
we started dreaming
we
together.
started dreaming together
Yeah,
for
it just
that.
started happening naturally. We got a realtor that came to us,
Right.
and she said, "Okay, come to our office to check
Yes.
up on the what is it to see if you can get approved." And thankfully, we got
You gotta
pre-approved.
pay a proof.
And then we just started looking for a home, and then a lot of little things started happening with jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah, we had
So
a lot of changes.
we had to freeze that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But our love was still there. Like we never wanted to get a home because we
Right.
never wanted to get married just because we were gonna get a home.
Right.
Of course, that was part of like the fact of like if we live together, we have to be married because we don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
living together without being married. But we genuinely still said, okay, the home didn't happen, and we said the home never defined for us
Yeah.
to get married. So we said we're still gonna get married.
Yep.
And then Santi proposed, and we got married. So we never thought we were gonna get the appointment super quick,
Yep.
which we did. And when Santi said, "Let's do it this week," I was like, "What?" I was like, "No way!" I was so excited. I was like,
Yeah.
"Of course, let's do it!" Like I love
Yeah.
him so much, so why not?
I was so nervous. I gotta be honest. I was very nervous.
Yes, talk about like the nervous side and the beautiful side, perhaps. Like, what do you think? What was the most nervous part of this day? Or you tell them it was just done within 3 days, like
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah. Well, I was nervous because growing up, we both see everything, this outlook in movies, and
Planned out.
yeah, the planning, and the vows and the words that you use, and holding
Mhm.
hands and all that stuff.
Walking
So
down the aisle.
walking on the aisle, all those things that you see in movies that you see people telling you,
Yeah.
and you start thinking about yours, and so you don't know what to expect, you don't know what to do, you don't know what to say,
Yeah.
and all you know is that you want to be with that person for the rest of your life because you
I
love that
know.
person unconditionally, and that's what you have in your head. But one thing is to say it, another thing is to be in the moment
I
and
know.
understand that I am getting married.
Like that
this is
commitment.
it. This
Mhm.
is it. Like from this point on or forward,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna
Be with this
be with
person
my wife.
for the rest of my
For the
life.
rest of my life. And
Yeah.
think about commitment. A lot of people don't. I in other areas of my life
Mhm.
lack commitment, but this type of commitment is one of
Yeah.
the greatest
Biggest,
decisions that you'll ever make in your life.
most
So
important decisions. I love
right.
that. And then it happened so quick. Like we called on a Monday, and then he said, "Okay, I have an appointment tomorrow, and I think you couldn't for some reason." And then you said, "Ask for Wednesday," and we
Wednesday.
were back and forth in the calls.
We were the I think we were recording on Monday.
Did we record on Monday?
Something happened on Monday. I think we couldn't make it. But anyways, you go
Yeah.
on. Yeah, I think
So
trying to recall what happened. Why
yeah, well, you
make it.
couldn't Tuesday. I called on Monday, but you couldn't Tuesday.
Couldn't
You
Tuesday.
couldn't till Wednesday.
Anyways,
But
yeah.
either way, if it would have been the next day, it's kind of
Yeah.
way too fast.
But it was perfect. Wednesday was perfect.
Yeah. And we just said it was going to be simple. Long story short, he said Wednesday. And then I asked him, okay, Wednesday will be in your office, right? And he said, oh, no, not in my office, actually. We're going to have to do it in the city of Glendale. And I said, but you don't have an office in Glendale. And he said, okay, let's do it at he said, I know I don't, but we can do it at a park. And I said, no, I don't want to do it at a park. Like, I just want to go to your office and sign the papers. That's all we want to do. We don't want to do anything big because we want to save this huge moment for the huge wedding.
Right.
So then he said, okay, let's do it at the Americana. And I freeze. And I'm like, you know what? The Americana, I don't know. Let
No,
me
no,
call Santi
no.
because this kind of like,
Yeah, yeah,
that's kind of like, And then I called you and then you said, let's do it. And we were just laughing. We're like, oh,
yeah,
Americana. Okay, fine. Let's just do it.
yeah,
And then I said, oh my goodness, I have to look for a dress. I just wanted a long, simple dress. Long story short, I couldn't find a good dress. I literally, the dress you guys saw in pictures that we'll post right now,
yeah.
I found that dress like 1 hour before they closed
That's
the store,
crazy.
which was insane. And I said, "Oh my gosh, this is kind of too much." But I couldn't find anything else. And I know whether if it was just a civil wedding, Santi
Yeah,
always dreamed of seeing me in a white dress.
yeah.
And I wanted something a lot more simple, I promise. But God just put everything together. It was just so
And
insane. It
it's
was the
crazy.
last one.
It's crazy because we spoke about, hey, let's just keep it simple.
Simple.
Let's just have just our parents, you know.
No, it
We,
wasn't even our parents at first. It was just you and I signing papers.
oh yeah, but I mean afterwards
Oh
we
yeah.
decided let's just have our parents because we don't want anyone to have like hard feelings, why I
Yeah.
wasn't there or anything. So let's just have our parents, they just try to communicate as well as much as we can,
Hmm.
and let's just make it simple,
Yeah,
easy for
super
everyone.
simple. Yeah.
But then your parents weren't even there,
Yeah.
unfortunately, because they
They
were
were out of
in
town.
out of town, out of the
Yeah.
country.
So my sisters represented them. But
Right.
I did, by the way, I did ask them, are you guys okay with it?
Of course,
And they
yeah.
told me, get married. Like, please, like, do it. Like, they
Yes.
were so happy for me. And they actually encouraged me. And I asked them, are you sure you don't want me to wait? And they said, no, no, do it. We really want you to get married.
Yes.
Santi's an
Yes.
amazing guy. What matters is like the love between both of you. They said the big wedding for sure will be there. Like, if
Yeah.
you wouldn't have a big wedding, then I would tell you just wait. But since you're having the real wedding,
Yeah.
then just do it.
And so if you're listening, if you're watching, just know that, that we wanted to keep it simple because we wanted to have the big wedding for later.
Simple and not even like public because we just wanted to wait.
Right.
We wanted to keep that magical moment for next year.
Right.
We don't want anyone to feel like that moment until like the
Right.
day.
But it got
Yeah.
out of control.
It got out of
So
control.
because people texted people, and then
It
the
started off with the
stories
Zoom link because
started with the Zoom link.
I gave my parents a Zoom link. They were out of town and I said, "Okay, look at the Zoom link. At least be in Zoom." Like
And then someone just
and
shared
then we
it,
shared
and
it, I
then
think, with
someone
your
shared.
grandma, and then I don't know who else, and then it just blew up all over Colombia and Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what
Yeah.
we decided to post, and just kind of like
Because
give them
yeah,
a
you were getting
message,
messages from
positive
friends.
messages.
And then I said, okay, I'm going to tell
Right.
my friends then.
Right. So if you're
And
if you're planning to get married with your you know partner,
yeah,
make sure that you keep it
a
or that
deep
you
secret.
did that you plan really well if you're trying to do
So
the
no,
same
they'll
thing.
know.
But it was beautiful. I honestly, I was the most unprepared guy when it came down to like having like a suit, because I wanted to make it so simple that I was not even wearing a shirt.
I know. Well, let me tell you how it happened. When his mom knew that
Yeah,
that we were getting married, she knew the night before, like hours
yeah,
before, not even 24 hours before the wedding. She said, she's very
yeah.
special and beautiful, and I love her so much. She said, oh no, you have to get someone to do your hair and your makeup. In 20 minutes, she got me someone. She said, I'm going to pay you. You have to go there. Be there tomorrow at 3 p.m., like 4 hours before getting married. So she got that. And she said, no, you need to get a bouquet. And I said, okay, fine, I'll get a bouquet. So it just turned out to look bigger. So when I arrived to the Americana, Santi saw me. He was like, oh my gosh, I feel so underdressed.
I
And
know.
told them you literally shopped on the
Because I
same
saw
day.
you and you were so beautiful, but at the
Thank you,
same
my
time,
love.
I was so like, oh my god, look, look at me now. Like I don't,
You always
I
look
don't,
like a charming prince for
I
me.
understand, but but it was that moment when I saw you and you were looking stunning, and I was like, I
Guys,
can't.
he looked amazing. Comment below.
So, anyways,
Let him know he looked great.
we had our family members and
Hmm.
the guy who was there, to prepare the ceremony, did an amazing job. We recorded, we took some beautiful pictures. My
I know
dad was
your dad is
amazing on that.
amazing.
And that's it. And then I think that, you know, one of the best ever, the best
This is the
decisions I
best
ever
day of our
made.
lives.
And
Yes.
and I I to to this day I think that it's something really special
It
that
was so special.
whoever's dating right now, like, I just understand that marriage is something more than what is out there
Yeah.
in movies, what is out there, what people tell you.
And
It's an
love is a
amazing
decision.
experience. It's an amazing experience.
Hmm.
You will never regret making that
Yeah.
step. So,
Even going, what you said, it's so beautiful. Love. So this is what I think. Like, even if it was very simple,
mhm,
it turned out to be so spontaneous and it was just so huge. Does that make
yeah,
sense? We thought in our heads that it was gonna be simple. But then we got the photographer, your dad ended up going that day because we let him know and he took
yeah,
like the best pictures ever when we didn't
yeah,
even have that planned, right?
yeah.
We were just thinking of like simple pictures because it was just gonna be us.
And then the jazz, and then
And then I was
the
gonna say
jazz
that.
band,
So
the
as we
jazz
arrived
band.
there was a jazz band playing in the street, and then your dad said, "You know what? There was a jazz band. I want to take you guys pictures with them because he just has a very artistic and like
I,
very eye a good eye
mhm,
to for pictures and very musical type of
yeah,
guy." So then he after getting married, he took us with them and then the jazz people said, oh, "Okay, let's have a dance. No, I'm gonna dedicate a song to you guys so you guys can dance it."
yeah,
And we just danced it in the middle of the street. It felt like a
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
It felt like a movie scene. And Santi and I
Seriously,
just came home and we just it was just the best day of our lives. It was
right?
wonderful. It was so unexplainable because you're marrying the person that you love the most, the person that you dream to get married with, and the person that you even said you loved him before even meeting him. For those, as
Yep.
a woman, I tell you, if you want to advise man right now, but women out there, I can tell you that start praying for your husband already and start loving him
Yeah,
already. And even if you haven't met him, love him already and respect him already, even without you being with him yet.
it's good.
I always said I wanted to love Santi even before I met him. I didn't know his name was going to be Santi. I didn't know it was going to be Santi. I just knew it was a wonderful guy, and whatever I asked for, God gave to me,
Yeah,
and whatever he knew what I needed, and I'm the happiest girl ever. And now that we're married, he showed me even like a I thought he was amazing already, but he
mhm,
showed me even a bigger part of him. Like he's even
yeah,
like beyond than what I thought. As a husband, he was amazing already as a boyfriend and fiance, which like the
mhm,
fiance part lasted 2 weeks, but
yeah,
but man, as a husband, he just turned out to be even more of like God showing me like, look what you have. It's literally like I have a prince next to me,
yeah,
like a charming prince. He's amazing. And I can tell you, you can have little mini arguments, but if you guys know how to solve them in a loving way, then that's gonna be okay. And I was talking to your mom's sister yesterday, sorry, friend, and I told her people say this that in marriage you have arguments and it's not always flowers and roses and butterflies. And she said,
yeah,
"Wait a minute. Why do you say it cannot be flowers, butterflies and roses?" And I said, "Because that's what people say." And then she said, "Well, do you believe what people say or what God thinks?" There's obstacles and there are obstacles that you're going to have, but you can still make those obstacles beautiful out of them, right?
that's good.
Like we had like little dumb arguments about like like the calculator last time, right? Like little
Yeah,
stuff like that. And it's like we one or the other has to humble down or both of us and say, "I'm very sorry."
yeah,
And then Santi tells me, "But you this," and I tell him, "But you that." But we just
mhm,
come out of it. Like we don't have to hit each other. We don't have to
yeah,
hurt each other with mean words or anything, or kind of like just make each other feel horrible with bad words, with nothing that it's gonna hurt the other person, whether if it's physically, verbally, or psychologically. We
right.
don't have to use none of that. But it's been wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm the happiest girl ever.
I think my biggest advice for guys, it will be always make sure that you remain faithful to the person that you're dating, because that
Mhm.
dictates how you're going to behave in marriage.
Mhm.
Another thing is to one of the things that I understood later in life, it's to always be surrounded with people that they're also in relationships that are
Within your same beliefs.
no, that no, not that, always be surrounded with people that have relationships with purpose.
Oh
Does
yeah.
it make sense?
Mhm.
Because a lot, like, so many times I found myself hanging out with people that were not, dating with purpose. And so
Mhm.
what that does, it's basically you get wrong ideas from,
Mhm.
from different things, and and it just messes up, your concept of how you should be behaving or reacting with your special partner. And
Yeah.
so those things, I think that, especially that, I will definitely recommend to everyone, highly recommend to everyone who it's dating and who wants to in the future get married. So that's it. That's
I
it. I
love
think that's
that.
it.
I
Yeah.
love that, baby.
Yeah. So
So,
I'm very excited for this new
I
chapter
mean,
in our lives,
I know, me too.
and I can't wait to continue sharing this,
Journey.
stories
Yeah.
and moments that we have, that we can only, live once.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy, and I'm very happy that we do this podcast together,
Yeah.
because we can have a voice, and we can share with our friends, and for all of those who are following us, that we
Yeah.
really appreciate so much, that want to be within this journey
Mhm.
with in purpose.
Yeah.
And so I'm very grateful.
I love
Yeah.
that. Thank you. I have a question for you. Do you think marriage
Yeah.
has been hard?
Hard. I don't
Like
think the word's
difficult?
hard. I think it's I mean, it's been 3 weeks almost,
Yeah.
and I don't think, no, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. I think it has, like, these 3 past weeks have been
Mhm.
the most adventurous, and more, can't find the words, but it's more, it's an experience,
Yeah.
And so waking up with you, it's amazing,
I know, it's such a beautiful
Um
feeling.
so it's great.
You know how people say, "Oh, marriage is such a huge responsibility. It's a lot of work to do."
Yeah.
For me, in my case, like, I'm learning how to cook now, and of course, we're
Yeah.
a team, so Santi cooks too. But it's like that. I was so nervous when I started cooking for him. It was like, oh, I don't know. We have some funny stories
Yeah,
of
and we
like,
have cooked together even before
yeah,
we
even before.
we got
But
married. Yeah.
what I can say about this, that even if like there's more choices to do because we're
Hmm.
two now and we have to work as a team,
Yeah.
the fact that when you love that person, it makes it so fun. Like you can be so
Right.
tired of
Yeah.
like, oh, we gotta wash, we gotta cook, we have this stuff to do, but it's so beautiful because like you love that person, so it's
Yes.
you do it with love. And not only that, but now we
Yes.
say, okay, can we go work out together after you come from work?
Yes.
Like we team up with our goals now. Not we did it before, but it's so beautiful because you live with the person that you love, and now you
Love
get
that.
to work out together, but then come
Yep.
home together, and it's just wonderful.
All right.
Wonderful. It's a beautiful journey.
Well, thank you, Steph. I love you. And
I love you,
thank you, guys.
husband.
We love you. We love you too. And thank you so much for staying with us, and for
Being with us,
making this
this journey.
relationship happen as well.
I know. Thank
Right?
you guys for
So
your prayers.
thank you.
And we'll see you guys next
Next
year
time.
in our wedding.
And already.
One day.
No, actually, we're gonna have more episodes.
Episode.
Episodes.
Epitoes.
Epitodes.
Epitoes.
Epitodes. I don't know why I said that.
It's okay.
We're gonna have more episodes. So we'll see you guys next time. Take
Bye
care.
bye. God bless you guys. We are so thankful to have you today and for letting us be part of your journey. Make sure to share with someone who needs to hear this.
You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube, searching Angles Podcast.
See you next week. Friends, don't forget to like and subscribe to continue sharing this mission together. See you next time.